Hey guys, what is up? I am TitoTheOG, and it's been a minute. If you guys have been in my Discord or following me on Instagram or anything like that, which you should be, go join my Discord down below. We talk everything Sonic figures related, custom figures, all of that cool stuff. Even get updated on newest of the action figure lines, and even there are a lot of folks in there that have the barcodes and everything like that. Very cool community. Go join down below. But like I said, if you've been active in there, you may have seen that I was going through a move, and that really put me out of commission from anything video related or really custom figure related. But now I am finally settled in, and production quality has gone up significantly. You see, I got a camera there. I have a camera right here on my hands as well. And then I got this guy right over here. I don't know what I'm having this guy for. He's just kind of just watching me at all times. Anyways, what I'm here to do today is, I mean, it's pretty evident. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, 5-inch action figures, Wave 3, that's a lot of threes, unboxing. Wave 3 was an interesting wave. We got a re-release of Wave 1 Sonic, but he comes with the Master Emerald from movie 2. And then we got Knuckles with the Flames of Disaster! The Flames of Disaster! Which is interesting because we got Knuckles released in the 5-pack, or sorry, the 4-pack, and then a release of him in Wave 2, and then now a re-release of him in Wave 3. It's kind of weird that they keep giving us Knuckles variants that are all the same thing. And then we have a single release Super Shadow, which is the highlight of this wave. And then Dr. Gerald Robotnik. These guys have been sitting in my closet for like a past week or two since I've gotten them, and I just want to give a huge thanks to the people who actually helped me get these guys, because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have them right now. So huge thanks to Something Sonic Related on X for helping me get Gerald, and a big thank you to Dasani in my Discord server for helping me with the Super Shadow, and finally Pink Citrus in my Discord for helping me with the Flames of Disaster Knuckles. And as for the Wave 1 Sonic, it's literally just my Wave 1 Sonic with the Emerald that has been re-released many times since movie 2. So this guy, I'm not really gonna do much for him in this video. So actually, let me just get him out of the way and talk about the Wave 1 Sonic. Let me set these guys aside. So he's the same exact thing as the original first release Sonic. Nothing at all is different. So there's not much to talk about. If you want to see my opinions on him, go check out my first video on unboxing these guys. As for the accessory, we get the Master Emerald, and it's okay. It's huge. I don't think this is really how big it was in the movie, but I mean, it's serviceable. I kind of wish Sonic had a different facial expression, kind of like, wait, where's my light up? Okay, I'm missing my light up Sonic. I'll grab him later. But you know, where he has the kind of smirk, the same facial expression as the movie 2 figures. I kind of think that would have made it a bit more of a justifiable purchase to have that smirking face, because I think that looks a lot better than this face here. But that might just be me. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, I'm stupid. He's right here. My light up one is right here. Yeah, I like this face a lot more. All right, next, let's get on with the Flames of Disaster Knuckles. For some reason, it doesn't say Flames of Disaster. It just says Fire Fist. Yeah, it just says Fire Fist on here. Which it would have been cool if it said Flames of Disaster. And then the back of the box says, Knuckles is one tough echidna with no time for small talk. He'll protect the Master Emerald no matter the cost. I don't remember if his Wave 2 release said that, but here he is, Knuckles with Fire Fists. And here's the barcode if anyone was interested in that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and rip them open. I'm kind of glad that they added accessories for these re-releases. I just kind of wish, you know, like I said, that they had something different. Like if Knuckles had like if he was baring his teeth, like, you know, if he was angry, instead of just the same old Knuckles from the 4-pack. So here he is. All right, Here he is, Knuckles with the Flames of Disaster hands. I will say right out of the box, this guy feels a lot better than my original Knuckles. Let me get him right here. Here's my original Knuckles from the 4-pack, and you can see his arms are really loose. Like, it's hard to pose him with his fist up just because of how loose the joints are. But the Flames of Disaster one, he's holding his arm poses up pretty nicely, so that's great. And I believe that these are removable. They're kind of hard to get off, so I personally wouldn't remove them myself. There we go. Yeah, so the Flames of Disaster, they come off of his fist, and I mean, if you really wanted to, you could put them on the original Knuckles, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. And if anyone has been waiting to get the Knuckles figure, this might be the best version, because you can have them with the flames or without the flames, which I think you get the best of both worlds with this guy. But me personally, I'm going to keep the flames on at all times, so let me put those back on. They're much easier going on than taking off. And he has the same exact articulation and everything, so there's not much to talk about him either. But I love the translucent, like, rubbery plastic they use for the Flames of Disaster. They look pretty cool. I wish the red part was translucent also, but that's just a personal preference. That's not really an issue at all. Everything else about this figure is great. You know, you've got the metallic shoe Lego pieces, all the details on the soles, and, you know, all this extra articulation just makes him amazing. Next is Professor Gerald Robotnik. Now, this guy in box, he looks kind of plain to me. When he first got revealed, I wasn't too jazzed about him. He looks kind of... He just looks like a guy in a lab coat, which he is. Personally, I think I would have been way more interested if he had his end movie suit that looks kind of like the game Eggman. But it would look kind of weird if you had him with the end suit and then you have this Eggman with his standard suit. But I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a wave 4 of these figures, but if there is, I'd like to see an Eggman or Gerald with the game accurate suit. Now, with that being said, there isn't really much going on with this guy. He's got the big old belly that he has in the movie, and he even has a badge it says Doctor. And you can see a little tiny... Oh, it even says Gerald Robotnik on there. That is crazy, the details it picks up. Here, let me see if I can get it on camera. Ooh. I don't know if it's getting it there, but I'll try and zoom in. Okay, now let's take a look at him around the box. On the back it says, Professor Gerald Robotnik is the genius scientist behind Project Shadow and grandfather to Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Pretty straightforward. And then here is the barcode in case you guys need it. All that good stuff. And let's go ahead and take Gerald out of the box. He differs slightly from his movie appearance in the sense that in the movie, his lab coat is unbuttoned and you see his red shirt underneath. The action figure, I believe, is based on concept art, so he kind of has his lab coat buttoned up. It's not really much of an issue. It's just a little difference that's noted. Other than that, you know, I'm articulating him, and he feels pretty good. He feels really good to articulate. His arms go up about that much, and he has some pretty good range in his legs, thanks to the very malleable rubber they used for his lab coat. So if you wanted, he could do the splits. Wow, he can get down. Damn. Okay, that's cool. That is awesome. You know, this might have made him my favorite figure of this wave. And his legs can go forward a little bit, not too much. His big old gut gets in the way, and he's got some good range on his legs, thanks to the ball joints they use in his knees. These ball joints that they use for the limbs kind of remind me of the Revoltech action figures. They're very reminiscent of that to me, which I am a fan of. I do like that. And he also has wrist joints. They even sculpted him a unique wristwatch for his left hand, which is pretty neat. Torso swivel. He does have a little waist swivel where you can rotate them 360 degrees. He has the ankle joints where you can rotate his foot up and down. and a little bit side to side. Oh yeah, you can rotate him side to side. And then his head, which you can rotate 360 degrees, and not really much range aside from that. His face paint looks pretty good. No issues there for me. He's just a good figure, you know. If you want a Gerald Robotnik figure, considering this is the very first ever action figure of Gerald Robotnik, this is pretty decent. Since they made one for the movie, I'd love to see Jakks make one in the 4-inch scale to go with the modern 4-inch line, using his model from Shadow Generations. That would be awesome. And here is Gerald next to his grandson. Now here they are next to each other, and they look pretty good together. Gerald is clearly much fatter, which is very cool. Very neat attention to details, and their height differences are pretty good. I don't remember if Gerald is the same height as Ivo in the movies, but I mean, they look pretty good next to one another. So that's a W. That's a W. Now I'm gonna put Ivo and his Pap right over here and get to the main attraction. Super Shadow. This guy has been the figure I've been most excited for since we've got the Wave 2 Supersonic. This Supersonic is one of my favorite figures in the movie line, just because his articulation is absolutely phenomenal. He is a near flawless action figure. So getting him just made me excited for Shadow. And now we also have the 2-pack light up Super Shadow, which, you know, he is an awesome figure. I really love the light up features on him, and the fact that he's an accurate color is even more outstanding, because we all know how tragic this guy, this Shadow from Jakks, is. You know, his pea colored yellow, he just doesn't really look that good. So the fact that we now have an accurate colored Super Shadow is awesome. Alright, now here's his box. It says Super Shadow on the front, and he has the identical sculpt as the light up one, but with some extra articulation, which I'll get into when I open him. And then on the back it says, Super Shadow is the unstoppable form of the ultimate life form. His speed and strength is devastating as he harnesses the limitless power of the Master Emerald. Very, very menacing. Very cool. And here is the barcode. Let's go ahead and rip him out of the box. Let's go ahead and free him. Alright, here is Super Shadow. Wow. He is even cooler in hand. His butterfly joints are a little tight. They're not really working that well. I really gotta push to put those butterfly joints to work. This butterfly joint works fine. This one right here I'm having some issues with. Maybe I just gotta loosen it a little bit. Okay, but anyways, the main difference from this guy compared to the light up one, you know, other than the light up features of course, is the fact that this guy can rotate his head a full 360 degrees, but you can get him into some real cool poses. And he can also tilt his head up and down. The light up one can only rotate his head like that much. That's it. And the reason why is because the technology bits of the light up part is in his torso. So the wires have to run up through his neck, which means that you can't rotate his neck 360 degrees or else he'll tangle up all the wires. And this guy also doesn't have butterfly joints or a torso swivel. Whereas this guy's got all of the bells and whistles, and he is absolutely amazing. I've glazed the original Shadow figure when I first got him in Wave 1, and this guy is just 10 times better. The only thing I feel like he's kind of missing, I can't tell. I don't think he has that glittery finish that this guy has. It's kind of hard to tell, really. I know Supersonic has the glittery bits. No, Super Shadow does. I can't tell. If you guys know, let me know down in the comment section below if he has the glittery bits. I'm really interested to see which one you guys prefer. If you guys prefer the more highly articulated one, or if you prefer the light up one. Personally, for me, I really just pose my figures once and then I leave them on the shelves. I'm not constantly changing the positions much. So I really love the light up figure, but I understand if you prefer the articulated one because you can get some really sick poses, which I'll make sure to show off here in a bit. Like, wow, his butterfly joints are amazing. That's my favorite thing about these figures. You can really move his arms forward and to the back a lot. And then also the ankle joints. The ankle joints on these figures are so good. But here is Super Shadow next to the Wave 2 Shadow where he's gritting his teeth. Alright guys, well that was it for this unboxing video of the Sonic Movie 3 5-inch Wave 3 action figures. You know, Sonic with Master Emerald, Super Shadow, Gerald Robotnik, and Knuckles with the Flames of Disaster. I think it's a pretty solid wave. I do like it a lot. Nobody knows if this is the final wave or if they're gonna whip up a Wave 4 of some new characters. I'm leaning towards this being the last wave. But if there's another one, shoot, that's awesome. I feel like it would have leaked by now though. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a not too hard of a time finding these figures. I know they've gone up on some sites like Big Bad Toy Store, and even Amazon has put the listings up, though they haven't put them in stock yet. So I'm hoping that they can distribute these guys pretty well, because I know these are some necessity figures, especially the Super Shadow. So best of luck to everyone hunting these guys. Now let's go ahead and put every single Sonic Movie 3 action figure together for one big family photo. Let me know down in the comment section below which is your guys' favorite figure of the line. I am definitely interested in hearing who you guys really like the most, and if you want more figures from this line, who would you want? Personally, I'd want an Agent Stone, since he's long overdue for an action figure. I know this is a 2.5-inch one, but it's not the same. So I think he would be a great addition to the cast. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to become an OG, because that's what everyone wants to be. Yes, everyone. I am TitoTheOG, and I will see you guys next time.